Good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me to this beautiful crowd. If you would have told me in May last year that we will get together in May this year, I would never ever believe you. But, you know, things are getting better, and finally we see a light at the end of the tunnel. We are in the holy month of Ramadan. We fast in this month as Muslims. And some of you may know that we just fast in Ramadan from the sunrise till the sunset. But it is much, much more than only fasting. It is about the charity work. It is about getting together. It is about connecting people. It is about more prayer, where thousands of people go to the mosque, and it's all about getting together. We missed this Ramadan and last Ramadan. And this is something to do with what are we facing in our industry last year and this year. And therefore, tourism industry is all about connecting people. When you travel, you interact with the taxi driver. And when you get to the hotel, you deal with the reception. And when you go to the restaurant, you talk to the people. We missed all this. And this is because of the crisis. We want to go over this, and I hope soon. Saudi Arabia last year was the president of the G20, and we worked very hard to get all the G20 countries that represent about 80% of the number of the visitors around the world to get together and to work closely to agree on regulations and rules that will help country to resume travel very, very fast. Because we believe private sector cannot last for long. It is absolutely very difficult. 2020 was very difficult year, and with the vaccine, you know, we started to see a hope. And today this is a very good example. This is the first conference I attended in the last 14 months. And I'm very sure many of you have not attended in person and missed to see the friends, our friends and our colleagues in the last few months. And our industry, again, is all about connecting with people, going, traveling, visiting villages, learning about other people's culture, food, music, which we definitely missed in the last few months. And we hope this will come and will come back soon and faster and stronger. In the same time, we want to make sure that travelers are safe. The industry suffered a lot in last year until today. The two sectors that suffered most are the airlines and the hotels. And the industry, as you saw this morning from the WTTC numbers, lost about 50% of its GDP contribution and more than 60 million jobs. This is very painful. Jobs that help people and jobs that does not require skills, very high skills. And mostly mid-income people and below work in this industry, and therefore they need the jobs more than anybody else. And that's why it was very painful for them to lose their jobs. Airlines lost about 75% of their business in 2020. And therefore, it was absolutely very difficult year, unprecedented. Finally, we see countries moving very fast with vaccines and hoping to recover very fast. We saw Greece, my friend is here, the Minister of Tourism of Greece, announced that they will reopen in 14th or 15th of May. We in Saudi Arabia will reopen our borders May 17, and the UK announced their programs. These are very good examples for all the world to follow when the people started to see travel is safe and governments see that travel is secure. So we hope that we will not miss the summer, and we hope to go back to the great old days and better. Saudi Arabia in 2020 was the president of the G20. We announced the initiative of the seamless and secure travel. And we are continuing this with our friends and colleagues in Italy, who is the president of the G20 this year. We also announced the development of the rural areas, or Al-Ula communique, where Saudi Arabia and all the G20 countries announced to establish a fund that will help and support small villages and the rural areas where tourists and visitors can go and enjoy the real culture. I have a good example here. Her Excellency Gloria told me that they have villages here that they developed and they become very popular and they created jobs for the people there and they increased their income and their lifestyle. It was a great success and good model and good example in Mexico. We will launch the fund, and the great news is Saudi Arabia, the government of Saudi Arabia 2 weeks ago committed to seed the fund with $100 million. And I have spoke to my colleagues in other countries. And today, just before I came to this meeting, I had a very successful meeting with the World Bank. And they have committed to work closely with us in launching this fund. This fund will definitely further develop the small villages and will create jobs for people. For we are very proud to announce these initiatives, and we will see it supporting villages all around the world. I hope we will see governments, and you are waiting for business to come back. Governments are encouraged to reopen their borders, starting from Q3 and Q4 this year. And we believe the recovery will come sooner than was expected. And we believe that 2020 will be the start of a strong recovery. And I hope that the 7 to 8 billion people live in this planet will enjoy and continue traveling and learning about other cultures. Thank you very much, and we count on you, private sector, to help us in a fast and seamless and safe recovery. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Minister. So as we talk about restoring our sector's contribution to global GDP from this low point of 5% to 10% and beyond, bottom line, it is about creating jobs in every part of the world. And that's what our next panel is going to be talking about, how the public and the private sector can work hand in hand to accelerate the recovery and bring back the 100 million jobs that have been lost or impacted by COVID-19. Oh, I jumped the gun here, didn't I? So we're going to be talking about that first, but I jumped the gun, and we have an award that we want to present to the minister on the heels of his remarks.
So good afternoon, everybody. So we at WTTC would like to acknowledge His Excellency and the government of Saudi Arabia for his leadership of the G20 and for his support of travel and tourism private sector during this unprecedented crisis. You know, partnerships, as we all know, are key to ensuring our sector continues to grow and thrive. And Saudi Arabia made history by inviting the private sector to join a meeting of tourism ministers, highlighting the value of public-private partnerships for tourism growth and long-term success. Now, the travel and tourism sector can only thrive through public-private community partnerships, and we need, as our conference theme says, to unite the world for recovery. So, I would like to ask Gloria to come up, please, and His Excellency, please, Your Excellency. We present this Global Leader Award to the Minister of Tourism, His Excellency Ahmed Al Khateeb, as a token of our thanks for Saudi Arabia's leadership in making history by including CEOs and the private sector in the G20 tourism ministers meeting, and especially for including the importance of travel and tourism, private sector in the G20's declaration for the first time ever. So thank you for uniting the public and private sectors for recovery. Together, we can revive 100 million plus jobs, and I know that's important to you because you just said it, and continue to support the hundreds of millions of lives that depend on our sector to survive. So thank you very much. Let me hand you the award.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We're honored
Thank you.
and privileged to partnership with the private sector, and we'll continue to do so. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership. Thank you.